Have you ever stopped to wonder if the very fabric of a baseball game could bend, just slightly, to the will of a single, extraordinary individual? We talk about players who are hot or on a roll, but what if a person's innate connection to the game ran so deep, so fundamentally, that they didn't just play it, but almost dictated its outcome every time they stepped to the plate? Imagine a force so natural, so perfectly aligned with the mechanics of hitting, that it transforms the diamond into its own personal canvas, where every swing is a brushstroke of destiny, every connection a preordained eruption. The whispers started early, echoing the legend of his father, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a man who swung at pitches only he could reach and somehow made them disappear. But this was different. This wasn't just raw talent passed down. It was talent distilled, refined, and then amplified. From the moment Vladimir Guerrero Jr. signed with the Blue Jays, he carried the weight of a lineage that demanded greatness, a legacy that promised fireworks. He arrived in the majors with expectations that would crush lesser mortals, a mountain of anticipation stacked upon broad shoulders, which, at the time, carried a bit too much physical burden. His rookie year was a whirlwind of flashes and frustrations, moments of brilliance overshadowed by the learning curve, the adjustments required to translate raw power into consistent major league production. Fans saw the monstrous exit velocities, the prodigious blast that hinted at an unleashed beast, but they also saw the swing and miss, the plate appearances where raw enthusiasm outpaced disciplined execution. The world was waiting for the cocoon to shed, for the fully formed, majestic slugger to emerge. The sheer, untamed power was never in doubt. It was a birthright, a genetic inheritance, but also something more. Even as a 16-year-old amateur, some scouts rated his raw power an 80 on the 20-80 scale, a perfect score almost unheard of for a minor leaguer, let alone a teenager. You could see it in the minor leagues, the way the ball exploded off his bat, traveling routes that seemed almost extraterrestrial. He didn't just hit home runs. He launched satellites, balls that soared into the night sky, their arcs so high and deep they momentarily blur the lines between sport and spectacle. His swing, initially unrefined, was a beautiful, violent ballet of raw strength and incredible bat speed, often connecting with pitches that seemed entirely unhittable, a trait he shared with his Hall of Fame father. Yet Vladdy Jr. possessed a more compact, more technically sound foundation. He attacked the ball with an almost primal ferocity, a deep-seated desire to inflict maximum damage. Every muscle fiber, straining in perfect, synchronized rebellion against the pitcher's best efforts. The sound was distinct, a crack that resonated with a deeper bass note than other bats, a clear signal that something exceptional had just occurred, reverberating through the stadium long after the ball had vanished from sight. Then came the transformation, a metamorphosis driven not just by physical conditioning, but by a profound mental shift. The discipline that had been hinted at in the minors, often overshadowed by the highlight reel power, began to blossom. He reshaped his body, shedding the rookie weight, replacing it with lean muscle, enhancing his agility and endurance without sacrificing an ounce of his prodigious strength. But more importantly, he reshaped his approach at the plate. The free-swinging tendencies of his youth began to recede, replaced by an almost zen-like patience, an acute understanding of the strike zone. His walk-to-strikeout ratio drastically improved from 2019, 0.42, to 2021, 0.83, a statistical leap usually seen over many years, not just 2 seasons, signaling a remarkable evolution in his hitting philosophy. He learned to lay off pitches he couldn't drive, to wait for his pitch, to force pitchers to come into his wheelhouse. This newfound maturity wasn't about restraint. It was about precision. It was about weaponizing his power, ensuring that when he did unleash his swing, it was on a pitch he could absolutely obliterate, maximizing the destructive potential of every contact. The once raw, eager prospect became a cerebral assassin at the plate, patient yet always poised to strike with devastating force, the quiet control before the explosive release. The 2021 season wasn't just a breakout. It was an eruption, a declaration that the future had arrived, fully formed and undeniably dominant. He wasn't just good. He was historically good, launching himself into the MVP conversation with a consistency and power that left opponents utterly bewildered. Every game seemed to bring a new highlight, another jaw-dropping blast, another display of uncanny plate presence. He led the league in home runs, total bases, and a host of advanced hitting metrics, staking his claim as the premier offensive force in baseball. His bat seemed to find every barrel, every sweet spot, turning routine pitches into projectiles destined for the deepest parts of any stadium. The confidence radiating from him was palpable, transforming him from a prodigious talent into an undisputed star, one whose presence alone could alter the dynamic of a game. He carried his team on his broad shoulders, delivering clutch hit after clutch hit, his intensity a quiet roar that reverberated through every plate appearance, daring pitchers to challenge his unmatched authority. His home runs became legendary, not just for their frequency, but for their sheer audacity. They were towering, majestic moonshots that seemed to defy gravity, ascending into the upper decks with an almost casual disdain for the laws of physics. One particular shot, early in his career, stood out. In his rookie season, he once hit a ball with an exit velocity of 118.9 miles per hour, which was at the time the hardest hit ball by a Blue Jay in the StatCast era, a precursor of the destructive power yet to come. These weren't line drives that barely cleared the fence. These were soaring, majestic arcs that put a punctuation mark on every at-bat, leaving no doubt about their destination. He hit them to all fields, pulling them down the line, driving them to straightaway center, and sending them opposite field with equal authority, showcasing the truly complete nature of his power. Each one was a testament to his unique blend of raw strength, perfect timing, and an unparalleled ability to transfer energy from his body through the bat, transforming a simple baseball into a guided missile. The crowd would often know it was gone the moment it left his bat, a collective gasp turning into an appreciative roar as the ball hung in the air, a fleeting, beautiful defiance of gravity before its ultimate descent. But to simply categorize him as a power hitter would be to miss the profound artistry of his approach. He became a mature hitter in every sense of the word, capable of scorching line drives to the gaps, hitting for average, and working counts with the patience of a seasoned veteran. He wasn't chasing pitches out of the zone, sacrificing average for power. Instead, his improved discipline allowed his power to manifest more consistently, more effectively. He could take what the pitcher gave him, hitting a two-strike fastball for a single up the middle, then in his next at-bat, obliterate a hanging breaking ball for a game-changing double. This adaptability, this advanced approach at such a young age, set him apart from many pure sluggers. He understood the rhythm of the game, the flow of an at-bat, and how to exploit a pitcher's weaknesses with an almost surgical precision. Every plate appearance became a strategic dance, where he held the lead, dictating the tempo, waiting for the perfect moment to deliver the decisive blow, always calculating, always in control. This unique combination of innate, crushing power and refined plate discipline solidified his status as a generational slugger. He wasn't just a prodigy who delivered on his promise. He redefined the very concept of a power hitter, marrying the brute force of a bygone era with the analytical precision of modern baseball. He stands among a select few, revered for their ability to command the game from the batter's box, their very presence a silent threat that reverberates through the opposing dugout. His swing is a masterpiece of kinetic energy, generating exit velocities that regularly top the charts, even on balls that don't leave the park. He plays the game with an intensity that belies his calm demeanor, his focus unyielding, his determination to dominate absolute. He is the standard, the benchmark against which future power hitters will be measured, a player whose talent transcends statistics and becomes an experience unto itself, a living, breathing testament to the sublime beauty of hitting a baseball perfectly. Then, there are those moments, those rare, chilling instances when he transcends even his own remarkable skill, stepping into a realm that feels almost otherworldly. You see it in his eyes, a glint of preternatural certainty as a pitch leaves the pitcher's hand, a fraction of a second before anyone else comprehends its fate. He takes a swing, not with effort, but with an almost casual inevitability, the bat making contact with a sound that rips through the air, sharp and conclusive. The ball doesn't just clear the fence. It ascends, a tiny white orb shrinking into the vastness of the sky, its trajectory so pure, so precise, that it feels less like a hit and more like a cosmic alignment. He doesn't bother to watch it. He simply stands, bat still in hand, a silent, almost detached observer to the ball's predestined journey, a faint smile playing on his lips, as if he merely willed it into existence. And the opposing pitcher knows, in that instant, they're not just playing a man, but battling a phenomenon, a force of nature given human form. He is the embodiment of raw power honed into an art, a living testament to what happens when nature's greatest gifts align with relentless dedication. He inspires not just awe, but a profound, almost spiritual admiration for the raw, untamed beauty of natural talent, transformed and unleashed. A natural force, forever etched into the diamond's ancient soul.